The Berkovici municipality is situated in the southern part of Bosnia and Herzegovina, or more precisely in the eastern part of Herzegovina, and it belongs to Republika Srpska. It is characterized by the fertile Dabar field, mountains and a large number of water springs. These aforementioned features enable excellent opportunities for development of various industrial branches. The renewable energy sources, wind, mini hydropower plants, sun, quality potable water, bauxite, construction building stone, bricklay, agriculture, cattle breeding. The renewable energy sources ought to be the driving force of the development of this municipality in Herzegovina. Wind energy. The researches of the wind energy started a long time ago in the areas of Hrgud and Trusina in order to use it for electricity production. The wind direction and speed in Berkovici are conditioned by the distribution of the air pressure and local geomorphologic features. The most common wind during a year comes from the northern quadrant, Bora, and the southern quadrant wind, Shiroko. There is a noticeable absence of western wind due to the features of the terrain. The specific characteristic of the analyzed period in Berkovici is the significant amount of silent periods, 31.64%. The northern wind is at the highest average speed of 4.82 meters per second, then the northeastern at 2.13 meters per second. Although not as common as the other 7.54%, the southwestern wind is also characterized by a significant speed, 2.07 meters per second. The average speed of the northern wind is correspondent to the common and predefined speed needed to activate generators of wind power plants. Wind power plants are appropriate to combine with hydropower plants due to significant saving of the water accumulations during windy periods. Based on the findings of the Institute for Multidisciplinary Research of Belgrade University, it has been established that in the area of Hrgud and Trusina there are possibilities to exploit wind energy producing in the form of wind farms. In the area of Hrgud Mountain, there is a possibility of having a wind farm with 43 wind turbines, each with 3 megawatts of the installed capacity, or total of 129 megawatts. In the area of Trusina, the wind farm would be largely situated on the area of Nevesinje municipality and some within Berkovici municipality. Based on data related to speed, power and direction of the wind, there is a possibility for installing 81 wind turbines, each with 3 megawatts of the installed capacity, or total of 243 megawatts. Out of this number, 60 wind turbines would be in Nevesinje and 21 in Berkovici municipality. The building of the Trusina wind farm of this capacity would be realized in several stages. The first stage, which includes 17 turbines, each with 3 megawatts of the installed capacity or total of 51 megawatts, has been approved thus far. The Bregava river originates just a few kilometers outside of Stolac in the place called Do. It is 33.5 kilometers long. It does not have a persistent stream throughout the year, because in the lower part the river sometimes dries out. The altitude of the origin is 100 meters and the delta is at 4 meters above the sea level. The surface area of Bregava basin is 370 square kilometers of the field, and it includes water inflow from Trusina and Lukavac field and has characteristics of torrent and surface confluence. It is connected to Dabar field by surface flow. The sub-basin of the Lukavac field is emptied through the spring called Rijeka, which is defined as a constant spring with large flow variations. There is not a surface flow between Dabar field and the Bregava canyon because there is a subsurface circulation through the infiltration zone in Dabar field. Thus, the occasional springs such as Veliki and Mali Suhavić are formed in this way, as well as the permanent origin of Bregava. The surface area of the direct basin is larger than the indirect one, which is around 60% of the total surface area. The maximum centennial flow of Dragava is 63 cubic meters per second. The construction of a hydropower plant has been scheduled and the project has been completed. The scheduled mini hydropower plant called DO, due its location, would be a derivational type with installed capacity of 2023 kilowatts. There are some substantial prerequisites for exploitation of solar energy. In order to determine the meteorological parameter, the sunshine, the evaluation has been performed based on data on cloudiness. Estimated duration of sunshine includes inaccuracies and errors. Therefore, the obtained results have to be interpreted with caution. After considering the data on cloudiness between 1925 and 1940, it was concluded that the insolation of the region of Berkovici was 3,166.6 hours in this period. It was pointed out that this is the greatest value of the above meteorological parameter in Europe. These arguments are supported by the research results obtained by Emil Milosavljević in the period between 1967 and 68. The data shows that many places in Herzegovina have annual totals of more than 2,000 hours. Berkovici is particularly emphasized with almost 2,500 hours per year. In scientific work, special attention was paid to the data on cloudiness between 1953 and 1979, which represents the longest analyzed period of time. Similarly, this research also resulted with very high average amount of insolation per year, which was 2,542.2 hours. It was specifically emphasized that this value is higher than in Trebinje, Čapljina Mosta, Bileća, and some coastal towns such as Budva or Herceg-Novi. The maximum duration of insolation is 353.4 hours in July, then in August 336.2 hours, while minimum 125.6 hours is in January. In order to evaluate the physical and chemical composition of potable drinking water at the spring of Dragava River, the chemical analysis of water was performed in 2003 by the Hygienic Institute within Institute of Preventive Medicine at the Military Medical Academy in Belgrade. The water temperature is 12 Celsius degrees and the water is colorless, odorless and tasteless. The analysis also showed that the level of the present radionuclides is below the permissible level, which proves that water is radiologically right. Microbiological analysis of drinking water produced the data that the water meets the requirements prescribed in the regulations on hygienic drinking water. The water of the river Dragava, given its good characteristics, represents an important local resource in terms of the possibility of their exploitation as drinking water. At the very spring, there are two crucial objects for water supply of Ljubinje and Stolac, as well as local population in the place called Do. The river Dragava has an average drop of 3.7 meters per kilometer and 2 kilometers along with spring belong to Berkovici. The spring called Pribirov is situated by the local road Stolac-Krivača, 20 meters away from that road towards the Debar Field ravine. It is also 1 kilometer away from the border with Bileća municipality. Monitoring of the abundance of Pribirov was performed between the spring of 2002 and autumn of 2004. During the research, the minimum flow of 22 liters per second was established, which can be taken as an average flow and may at any time be measured and verified. The water quality was confirmed by radiological and bacteriological analysis. Analysis also confirmed the stability of the water quality in various hydrological conditions and also confirmed the stability of the flow of water in various hydrological conditions. Analysis also confirmed that the water from Pribirov can be classified as extremely quality water. Bauxite was exploited in the village of Dabrica before the Second World War. After that, in 1972, a company by the name Bauxite Mines from Stolac began to exploit bauxite, starting with just a handful of employees, and until 1992 it developed into one of the pillars of the economic life of Stolac. Bauxite was dug for the aluminum plants in Podgorica and Mostar. Bauxite is situated in 3 districts: Hrgut, Gornji Bršljanik and Dabrica. The reserves of bauxite in the district of Hrgut are estimated at 20,000 tons. Exploration of bauxite in the district of Gornji Bršljanik was performed between 1961 and 1964 with a total of 290,000 tons of identified reserves, and exploration area was 0.75 square kilometers. In the district of Dabrica there are 3 groups of deposits: Dabrica, Snježnica and Koritnik. In this district, the bauxite deposits are fully exposed and partially exploited. In the district of Dabrica, one of the largest bauxite deposits in Eastern Herzegovina has been explored, and its reserves are estimated at around 1,100 tons per square kilometer. The basin of architectural and building stone, limestone Rudine, is located on the territory of Berkovici, north of the village Rudine. It is located 19 kilometers as the crow flies northwest from Berkovici. The reserves of the stone are estimated at 180,000 cubic meters. Stone residue obtained during exploitation of building stone, because of its favorable physical and mechanical characteristics, will be used as a technical construction stone. The reserves of this technical construction stone is 72% of the total amount of the stone in the basin. Technical reserves of building stone is 72% of the total weight of the stone reservoir. Mineable reserve of technical building stone is estimated at 430,000 cubic meters. The basin of architectural and building stone limestone Potkom is located on the territory of Berkovici, north of the village Potkom. It is located 8 kilometers as the crow flies northwest from Berkovici. The reserves of the stone are estimated at 300,000 cubic meters. The reserves of technical building stone is approximately 900,000 cubic meters. The deposit of brick clay Kalina is situated on the northern edge of Dabar field, about 1.5 kilometers away from the village Berkovici. It is in the vicinity of the regional road Stolac-Krivača and further to Plana. It is connected to this road by local road Berkovici-Strupici, which is about 1 kilometer long. The soil where this brick clay has been registered is consisted of layers of clay which represent a mass of good isolation characteristics. In the final phase of exploration, 2 large surface pits were dug out and sample material was taken out of them, which was sent to brickyards in Sočkovac and Zagreb for processing. This material was used to make the finished products, blocks and clay bricks that have undergone testing according to current standards, and test results clearly show that the tested clay deposits can be successfully used for making clay bricks with previous technological preparation of raw materials. The calculated reserves of A, B and C1 categories, including production losses of about 10% of planned annual production capacity of 50 million units of bricks, provides useful exploitation of deposits over 30 years. Berkovici has a good potential for agricultural development. Various terrains, large amounts of sun and abundance of water ensure possibilities for planting a variety of cultures. Due to the poor development of other industries, the population of the municipality is largely engaged in agriculture. While planting a variety of cultures for their own consumption, a large number of them produce market surpluses. Large areas of agricultural land, suitable climate and partly solved problems of water supply greatly influence the development of vegetable production. The most common vegetable grown are peppers and tomatoes, but there are other vegetables as well. Production takes place mostly outdoors, and lately a small number of farmers went for greenhouse production, which gives higher revenues. There are 360 family farms registered in Berkovici. According to an estimate from 2010, peppers were planted on the area of 25 hectares with an average yield of 20,000 kilos per hectare and total yield of 500 tons. Tomato was planted on the area of about 6 hectares, the average yield was about 9,000 kilos per hectare and the total yield was about 54 tons. There are also good prerequisites for growing fruit and viticulture. Cattle breeding is a branch which has a good springboard in a vast Dabar field, but also other higher areas where sheep and goats are bred. Cow farm Berkovici has 63 dairy cows, which supply the dairy Pajani nearby with 1000 liters of milk on daily basis. For the production of food for cows, the company has got 25 hectares of land in Berkovici during the period of 15 years through the concession agreement. It is estimated that the municipality has 1300 dairy cows with total milk yield of approximately 2 million liters, of which dairies purchase around 200,000 liters.